I know it's tough, but I'm happy to tell you weather's not going to be an issue. But when we're picking them up, we'll be able to see some showers off the breeze in some isolated areas. We are under that level 1 flood threat, but I want you to know it's not because we're expecting rounds of rain to provide for flooding concerns. We're just adding that with the coastal flooding. Tomorrow is when we're actually adding a better chance of storms to the forecast. So here's a quick glimpse of our coastal flood advisory. Again, higher tide just after 8 o'clock in Broward, 8:54 Miami, and 8:23 in Florida Keys. Let's go to the rain on the radar we are seeing, causing some wet roads out there over I-95, A1A, US 1, Deerfield Beach to Pompano Beach, all the way to Fort Lauderdale, Port Everglades. And for you in Dania Beach, get ready. Those showers about to head your way as well. Okay, tropical updates in. We have been talking about this area in the Atlantic since last week and now has a 70% chance of development. All models have it moving west-northwest, staying very close to the Lesser Antilles, so it'll be something we'll be talking about for the next 7 days. More on the local forecast coming up.
Alrighty, Julie. Good morning, South Florida. Annaliese Garcia here, bringing you a little traffic update. Let's take a look at your roads. You guys are looking at I-95 going northbound at Hillsborough Boulevard. This right here is a closure, just the beginning of it. You can see those flashing lights. Let's take you out to your map so I can show you exactly where that is. It's spreading pretty far back, the closure, so definitely give yourself a little extra time to figure this out. You do have alternates, though. You can always take US 1. You can also take the turnpike, depending on where you're coming from, but this is where that accident is happening. Multiple cars involved there. Let's take you a little further down south. This accident has since cleared. This one is going northbound on 95. It has since cleared. The Golden Glades interchange is looking good for you right now if you're heading out the door at 6:03 on this Monday morning. I'll leave you with this. Drive times. Palmetto Expressway, those of you who head southbound in these two areas, things are starting to pick up for you. Northwest 154th Street to the Dolphin, 24 minutes. I-75 to the Dolphin, 25. Buckle up.
Meteorologist Julie Durda is here in the studio with us. Julie, what's going on outside?
Well, so far so good. It's nice and calm, a little more humid than what we're used to, and it's because the winds are so calm. Michaela, Eric, South Florida, temperatures upper 70s and lower 80s. So yeah, you're probably sweating as you walk out the door, and that wasn't the case over the weekend. It was nice, right? That breeze will eventually start to move in off the ocean, and that ocean breeze will bring us a slight chance of some scattered to isolated showers today. The rainfall chances start right around 3 o'clock, and then look, everything does push westward. So we're not the bullseye for the showers and storms today. We're not expecting much in the way of widespread precipitation, just isolated. You'll get the kids to school dry this morning, just muggy, but as you're picking them up, some of you in the car line, I'm with you, could see some storms. We are under that level 1 flood threat today. Broward and Miami-Dade, especially going into tomorrow. We have two things going on. We'll see some rain from the skies and we'll see some coastal flooding thanks to the higher than normal tides. So flood advisory is in effect. Coastal flood advisory is in place as we are dealing with those higher than normal tides thanks to the full moon phase. What makes it worse is that east breeze we also have in place. So we have the 1-2 punch, basically bringing the ingredients of these higher than normal tides with that coastal flooding being a concern. High tide just after 8:05 in Broward, 8:54 in Miami-Dade, 8:23 in the Keys. Let's go to the rain on the radar. Just a few showers out there, nothing widespread. Right over Deerfield Beach, there was a shower. There's a shower that moved through Port Everglades. Now moving into Dania. I told you, Dania Beach and Hollywood, get ready. Some showers will roll in. Let's go to the tropics. There's this one area we started talking about last week. We're continuing to talk about this week. It's got a 70% chance of development. Models have it moving west-northwest towards the Lesser Antilles by the end of the week. So something we'll continue to watch. A lot more in the forecast coming up.
All right, Julie, things looking pretty good. South Florida, let's take a look at your roads. I'm checking in again with this closure for you just because it's important for you to know. You definitely don't want to get stuck in a closure at this time on a Monday morning. That would be really annoying for you. Let's take a look right here. You do have some flashing lights out there. This is going southbound on 95 just before Hillsborough Boulevard. Let's take you to your map so you can see what I'm talking about. Right here is where you're seeing that closure. This is because of an accident. You do have alternates, though, not to fear. You can take US 1 or Powerline Road if you want to avoid this. You probably should because you don't want to get stuck waiting for that to open. It's been closed for quite some time. Let's take you over here. You have a broken down car on the MacArthur Causeway going eastbound. You see that little bit of red right there? It's just before Alton Road. Not causing any major delays. You get right by it, but you do have a left lane blocked. So be aware of that. Over here, another broken down car. It's actually not in those northbound lanes where you're seeing some of those delays. It's in your southbound lanes just after Coral Way, so Southwest 24th Street. You can see that it's not causing you any delays going southbound, but you do have some going northbound there. You do have a right lane blocked in those southbound lanes because of that broken down car. Let's take you over here. Drive times for those of you who head southbound on the Palmetto Expressway. Speaking of which, Northwest 154th Street to the Dolphin, 30 minutes. I-75 to the Dolphin, 31. Be safe.
Annaliese, thank you for that.
Welcome back to South Florida. It's 8:44, and I have your weather headlines for you. Breezy with some showers starting to move in, and we've really been dealing with much of the rainfall isolated over Hillsborough Boulevard into the beach, into parts of Deerfield Beach this morning. For the rest of us, it's been beautiful, just breezy and a bit humid. Coastal flood advisory is in effect. It'll be in effect for mainly the rest of the week as we have those king tides causing that coastal saltwater flooding. So the king tide really peaks on Wednesday. Our full moon phase is tonight, and so therefore what makes it all worse is that we're under that easterly component to our breeze, and that's helping to usher in the water closer to our coastline already. And then during the higher than normal tide, it adds to the insult to injury of us dealing with that coastal flooding. We're no stranger to this along our coastline. Our friends and communities living in these low-lying areas. High tide today was 8:05 in Broward County, 8:54 just about to occur in Miami-Dade just after 9 in Keys. As we look at the rainfall chances, so we're not expecting widespread precipitation today, though tomorrow our showers will be more widespread. And right now it just looks fantastic out there across Broward County, Fort Lauderdale, but it's hot, it's humid. Temperatures are in the upper 70s and lower 80s. Dew points in the upper 70s and low 80s. Winds anywhere between 3 to about 5 miles per hour, but very calm. So our feels like temperatures are in the 80s and even the 90s. And again, it's all stemming from our ocean breeze and the lack of, and that's why we've been dealing with these downpours. For now, Coconut Creek tapping into this rainfall, 441 the Turnpike, Hillsborough Boulevard just soaked. For the last several hours, we've been seeing nothing but downpours, and we've got some heavy rain over here with some gusty winds over the Turnpike and towards I-95 and A1A. Widening the view, we're not done yet. It looks as though it's going to continue to push now southward towards Pompano Beach. We do have a shower right over 79th Street Causeway, moving in towards now 119th Street, right over I-95 and A1A. So again, there are showers out there. It's all thanks to this mid-level low that's been hugging our coastline with these stalled out fronts. And then in the upper levels of the atmosphere, the moisture content very high, but also clashing with this low. So we have the passing showers expected to downright breezy conditions as that tight pressure gradient between the low and the high continues to intense. Today we are under that level 1 flood threat, but I think today it's mainly the coastal flooding we're worried about. Tomorrow we will see that chance of more of inland and coastal areas under flooding concerns with the rainfall we're expecting. A very high risk of rip currents for beachgoers, boaters. The bays will be at a light chop. Small craft caution for you in the Keys. Coastal flood advisory in effect with nearshore water smooth. So today, not a washout by all means, but a better chance of storms tomorrow and then by the end of the week.
Alrighty, South Florida, checking in with this accident right here. This is on 595 going eastbound. You can see that your left lane is still blocked here, so things not moving too slowly for you, but it's definitely something to be aware of if this is part of your commute. Let's take you over to your map so you can see the slight bit of delays here. This was all red a little while ago, so it's good news that it's turning orange. As you get further east, things start to open up. Once you get past it, you're in the green, but if you want to avoid that chunk right there, you can take State Road 84. Let's take you to another area. We're seeing some delays for my friends who take the Palmetto Expressway going northbound. Those of you who take this area specifically just after Bird Road, you do have a bit of delays. It continues after Coral Way, but it's not too bad. It's not red, right? Your southbound lanes look good though on the Palmetto Expressway, but again, if you do take this, you can always take the Turnpike instead if you don't want to take the Palmetto and you don't want to sit in some of these delays, as you do have them as you continue further to move further north. Let's take you here, the Dolphin Expressway. Those of you who take these areas as part of your morning commute, the June Road to I-95 going eastbound will take you 10 minutes. The Turnpike to I-95 will take you 33. Be safe out there.
All right, Annaliese, thank you. Also